After COVID-19, challenges is not becoming the more optimistic, and challenges is the more dilutions of the country developments, and the leader is more optimistic about their visions, which is happening like the long terms, and when the external affairs which not be proper way of the working like the uh, US and US and India sanctions to 50% tariffs initiatives, which the facing of the depreciation of money and its trade efficiency. There's different segments and its challenges like the Ukraine and Russia invasions and this conflicts tension like the crude oils inflations which raising concern about the unemployment rate is drastically changing and in its inflation rates and also for the different taxes which is imposed by the individual country like the central banks, okay. But the process which is the beginning and it's drastically changing and its evolutions, the processing for their evolutions and it's changing for their dynamic and it's growing, which is exceptions and it's a functional association. But why is India is especially when the external threats like the Middle East, which is this tension which impact for the crude oil, LPG, LNG, okay, and also for the Russia invasions, which India by Russia oils, which is very dependence of 35 and 40%, okay. But when was the in Russia invasions, Ukraine's, it will be just the crisis which is improving, okay, but it is not the proper way of the intentional work, and this is not the growing effective for the relation between India and Russia. But when the America is looking about, oh, this is America, and how the India is growing, why the relation between India and Russia is more optimistic, how their sustainable approach and its efficiency growing on. So there is just be a diplomatic efficiency and policy like the people of representatives sanctioned by the Russian oils that will dependence by the India, also for the Brazils and many of country which is dependent like the China is also dependent for the Russia oils. India by 1.7 million barrels per day. Okay, that means the total consumption of 2 and 3%. But the impact will just be directly impact in India like the foreign reserves, depreciation of money, and also impact for the inflations which is drastically changing how the inflation which going on the Middle East crisis. One said my Prime Minister of India is in these decades we have lots of the humanitarian crisis, and sustainable approach is basically we have seen how the geopolitics is changing for the humanitarian assistance and Middle East, like the Ukrainians, Europeans crisis, and sanctioned by the US, tariff imposed by the different country. China and Taiwan is also facing for their territorial conflicts. Japan is also facing. So this dispute is directly impact for the middle class pockets. It is when this geopolitical dispute which is occurrence of the challenges, and it is basically for the middle class peoples which impact directly. Oh, how it is impact when you buy something in the markets, if something is going in the market which 100 rupees, and this geopoliticals which happens in the different geographical regions of the continents of the Indians, okay, not only India but although also for the worlds, okay. So this will crisis will directly impact because no one country will control oil, no one country will control the globalization like the trade of the individual country, okay. But one things which the make more reliance like the Atmanirbhar Bharat, the different initiative like the energy security, which individual in energy security like the EV, and the dependence of the different country which is just we decreases, so we will be further more strong for the reliance of the energy. Like India is the third largest solar power energy capacity in the world. So, okay, and then 500 gigawatt by 2035, and 2030 and 2035 100 gigawatt by 2047. So, okay, but we are most prosperous, and it's a technology association that no one can impose directly. Not only directly, it is just imposed by the indirectly, like Russia, and the directly impact by the India, because India is directly 30 and 35%, and approx 45% crude oil dependence by the Russia, and others further is be dependence by the Middle East. Okay, and coal is dependent by the Indonesia. We are the largest importer of the coal by Indonesia and South Africa, and many countries. Australia have also, but challenges is like the foreign reserve is drastically decreases, like 619 billion foreign reserves is basically 2 months, like 723, and currently 690 billion foreign reserves. The depreciation of money, like in 2025 December 2025, 91 rupees, and it's we have seen how 95%, 95 rupees is going throughout in India. And this is basically impact like the cut of the employment. And if the demand in the other exports, like if US is imposed tariff 100%, like the India goods and services provided in the in the UK, not UK, in America, because we are the largest trading partner of the America, and we have trade like 187 billions in 2025. India export, which is approximately 85 billions, 85 billion dollar. Okay, so this is just like the changing of the different ways, and it is impact for the Indian employment opportunity, which is drastically decreases. And the appreciation is money which is happening, which is the direct tariff is imposing. Share market which crashed 2 and 3%, because we are the largest trading partner for the India and US. Okay, so many of the challenges which is facing like the India, internal challenges like the communalism which is happening, how the inflations, unemployment, and a different individual territorial challenges which is going in India right now, because we are the largest population country in the world. Okay, but the initiative and challenges makes India more and more further initiatives. And the political party which is currently held in India, which is a beginning of the different approaches. Okay, but the initiative and its a process for their working. बोलने से ना आँख से पानी गिर रहा है. The process of working becomes more and more strong, like the current prime minister, when the different way of the challenges, like the integrations in a associated way, it will impact for the proper way and its initiative for their working capacity. Okay, but the initiative and its way and its balance for their challenges, the capacity and its requirement, the functional and its acceptance for their derivatives, and its working for their challenges and its defining association, the growing for their defining and its acceptance for their challenges, which is the navigations, the process about the working capacity, the process about the working capacity, the derivatives of the working and its functional associations. It is the it is the balance for their it is the balance and its requirement. But the crucial way of the impact of Indian economy, like the ground level to up levels, the associations of the challenges and its initiative drastically association. Okay, so we just focus about how to initiative which is completely more and its more approach. Okay,